I wish I had learned earlier how to negotiate harder for myself.
The thing that I didn't realize, I think until later, is take your weaknesses and get them to standard, but stop trying to spend your time getting your weaknesses to be strengths. And really, what if I could have focused on earlier was take your strengths, what do they look like if they're towering strengths, and what would it look like if you were the best in the world at that? And if you really spent your time and energy in that, you would really be so much more effective at work.
She stole my answer. I have another one, though.
Okay.
I guess what I've learned in my career, and I wish I knew when I was younger, is the importance to acknowledge you have a personal life and to integrate your personal life into your day-to-day life. Like, it's impossible that you go to work someplace for 8 to 10 hours and nothing happens, and then you go home and you do all your personal things, right? You might be taking care of an elderly parent, you might have a young child, you have to. And so someone once in my career gave me some great advice to just make one list of things you have to do. They're all important. Put them on the list and don't try to separate them.
I think for me it would be ask for what you want. I learned that about my career, mid-career. I think earlier would have been a little bit more helpful. I think I came up at a time where, which wasn't too long ago, but I came up at a time where you worked hard and you developed your network, but you let opportunities come to you. You waited till your boss tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, we have this great opportunity for you. And you're like, oh yeah, that's great. I'll take it. If you ask for what you want, that's what I learned. I would have done that a lot sooner.
One of the things that I learned early in my career was to be really clear on what the goals are, and that way you know when you are successful. What I wish I had known sooner is to apply that same thing to setting your own personal goals. So it isn't just everybody else's measure of success that you're judging your own trajectory on. And I have this conversation with my kids all the time who remind me, don't judge me by your measures of success. So it's a good reminder to be really clear on what your goals are, and then you will feel that success.
One thing I think I wish I had known earlier was that and I think a lot of women fall in this camp, you think that your good work will just speak for itself and you can put your head down and not worry about getting the word out there. And I think we fall into that. So I think that people have to realize you can't just think that good work is going to speak for itself, and you need to know the right people and showcase it. And I wish I would have known that earlier.
I wish I had learned earlier how to negotiate harder for myself. And I think it's tied into a lot of what we've been talking about here, whether it was confidence, feeling like my work was worth it. I think I spent the first several years of my career assuming I was going to get fired the next day, and then getting high marks. So that kind of losing that sense of paranoia probably would have been helpful, negotiating harder. And I wanted to do an international role, and I didn't push hard enough for myself to have it happen. And I accepted what was given to me rather than push harder for what I wanted at the time.